immoral, and wrong.
This is the Modern Eater Show.
Piping hot and delicious.
The Modern Eater.
Food, 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 food.
You're hot.
And now your hosts, Greg Hollenbeck, Jay Parker, and Brian Freeman.
Here we go, huh? We can do this. You better believe it. Live from Studio Kitchen, Colorado. Another edition of the Modern Eater Show. And this is a good one. It's special to us as I look at, first of all, live on Facebook, live on YouTube. Just search out the Modern Eater. Check out all the action that happens here in Studio Kitchen, Colorado. And Greg Hollenbeck, Jay Parker, Brian Freeman, Little Rich Schneider. We got all the guys on the mics right now.
That's scary.
Yes,
that's
indeed.
really scary.
It is.
Special night because we're doing Sponsor Appreciation Night, and it's amazing how much talent that we have with the sponsors that are in the house tonight. And it's kind of heartwarming because these sponsors, as Ryan Evans from Bruz Beers comes through the door, the talent is very big tonight.
Huge. I mean, you can smell it, you can hear it. Pretty soon we're going to taste it.
I like where you're going. You start with the smelling it.
I mean, look at these. We've got these Rome sausages right here being grilled. This is awesome.
You know, that's the one thing, isn't it, awesome about this place, Rich, is that we have this incredible talent. All these chefs come down, and of all over town, from all different walks, these guys and gals come down to this show, and then sometimes they'll take other people's food and make it better.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, this is like tonight, he's got a Rome's sausage, but now he's about to elevate it with something else. We've got kielbasa, sausage. They're throwing out nachos and all kinds of stuff. It is so cool, the collaboration that happens here at the Modern Kitchen.
Or
the Studio Kitchen at Modern Eater.
In seconds, too.
Yeah.
Cool people are joining us on Facebook. Hello, how are you? Good to see everybody here tonight. And when you talk about sponsors and you talk about what it takes to pull off a show, and people think that people think we're 9 News. You know, we show up and and it's just easy to do, and you know, all the money in the world, and we're there to report a story. We've told so many over the past 4 years. We're coming up on our 4-year anniversary. And to tell the stories of the people, the products, and the services in our hyper-local community, guess what? It costs money, you know. To come into Studio Kitchen and eat all of these delicious ingredients that are provided, and to bring these people together to network, and what we do, there's a business side to it. Strange notion, I know. And with that business side, our sponsors mean so much to us, what they do, their businesses, and they're vetted out very carefully. There's a lot of thought and discussion within the Modern Eater team of, is this something that we can stand by with the same ethos of what we do, who we are, what we believe in our community. And I got to tell you what, we have some of the best sponsors curated within this brand that you could ever believe. So when you hear the commercials for our sponsors, when you hear them on the show tonight, when you hear their stories and you hear about their products and their services, you can believe this is top-notch, homegrown, Colorado, the best of the best, the cream of the crop. And as we add more sponsors, you got to know that you can believe in them just as much. So please, it means the world to us and these businesses to where you do business with them, simply put. So.
Well, and you know, the other thing we've done is we've curated these brands, these companies, so that your company, truly, by doing business with them, you will have a better business.
I just had a bite of the Rome sausage.
Was that awesome? I saw you standing there holding it. I was wondering.
Well, because, you know, you have a mouthful of food, and while you're trying to talk, didn't want to do the open that way. And Mark Whistler, who's become a great friend of mine and owner of the Goods Restaurant on Colfax, he utilizes as much of this because we turn him on to it. And he's like, oh, my goodness, you know what? I'm in the kitchen all the time. I'm busting my books. I don't know where to turn to from products that are local that we can believe in. And that's it. When you hear this, if you're a restaurant owner, a bar owner, a rancher, and a farmer, please reach out, connect with us.
Hey, guys, I got one for you. Listen to this. Stop money wandering. Because the reality is when you support local, your money stays here. It doesn't wander out of the state. And that's something that no one really thinks about. What we do is we continually inject money into our economy. It's about bringing people here who care about us. Like, you know, one of our first guests tonight is an energy company that's helping people in Colorado save money so they can spend more money back in Colorado.
And back on the show, his name's Brian Rizzuto and Encore Energy. I got to tell you what, giving us the electricity that we have in this room tonight. If you could bottle that, we'd get it from you. But Encore Energy, a relatively new sponsor, just a couple of months, but it's got to warm your heart to see this community of people that you contribute to. And bless you and your family and what you do with your work, because it means the world to us. So we want to make sure the people are doing business with you, Brian.
Yeah, we appreciate it, and I'm glad to be back here. I'm super excited, and what a team.
It's a good team.
I know, you know, the first time Brian was a little nervous. He was over on the side holding the piece of paper and shaking, and now look at him, he's like an old pro.
Absolutely. I love what I do, just like you guys.
Yeah.
So I save customers money, I save businesses money, restaurants money, hotels money, breweries money, and they do nothing. I show up and I figure out how much savings, and pretty simple.
So let's go down the list of the sponsors that we're going to be featuring tonight. So our very own Brian Freeman from Growers Organic, okay? Could you save Brian money?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
How could you save Brian money?
Well, what happens, I would meet with Brian, I would look at 12 months worth of his gas bills, and I'd break them down and say, hey, if you were my customer during the same 12 months, Encore Energy would have saved you this much money. And it's real money. I mean, they're either giving it to Xcel Energy or they're putting it back in their pockets.
And what's so cool is you don't have to do anything at all to get the savings. You just have the meeting with Brian. And then what that turns into is he just flips a switch on his side. It's effortless on your side if you take that step to work with Encore Energy.
This Proud Souls grill is getting hot behind me. I thought I was about to ignite. It's getting hot in here in Studio Kitchen, Colorado. So on that notion, you go down the list to Raquelitas Tortillas. Rich, you're a customer, Brian.
You know, I wanted to bring Brian over here because one of the core things we wanted to do here is to show something that maybe hasn't been shown before. And there's a lot of people that are always working the labor or food costs or these other traditional costs that they know about. But there are thousands of them that don't know this is available to them, and it's a way to save money and make more. And I mean, just it's a way to magnify your profits.
Here's one to throw at you. How far of reach do you have? Colorado Mills sunflower products. Could you save them $1 trillion?
Actually, here's what we do. We pretty much do the Western Slope.
Okay.
Anywhere where Xcel Energy serves, we can save a customer money if they're large enough.
So restaurant, the Goods Restaurant, Mark Whistler here.
Absolutely, since he's cooking food. So remember, anybody that's using a lot of natural gas, and the way we figure that out is if you spend about $1,000 a month on natural gas, I can save you money. And that savings is going to range between 8% and upwards of 22%. So it's free money.
Yeah. And when you talk to a guy like Mark Whistler from the Goods, and we talk about margins all the time, especially in the restaurant industry, if you can get a little bit money back out of a different column, you know, and put it into another column to where you're saving that to be able to pay for something else, whether it's these higher wages or what have you, that's very valuable to people. So I'd say reach out to Encore Energy.
Well, in most businesses, especially around the food industry, we all have such low margins. And so the reality is a lot of people don't understand that we're working on 3% net at the end of the day. That's nothing. I mean, some people, I try to put that in perspective. You know, $750,000 worth of sales only nets us $20,000 at the end of the day.
Yeah.
If we can save $1,000 here or there, we're going to do it.
Yeah.
And I hope people hear this, because if you're a manufacturer, you're a restaurateur, you know, you're in this food industry, you need to save money anywhere you can, and something like Encore does that.
Brian,
for you.
thank you, man. I'll tell you what, your commercial is going to be running here shortly, but I'd like for people to know how to reach out to you.
Yeah, you can reach me on my personal cell phone at 720-245-5771.
Again?
720-245-5771.
Cool, man. Here's a good one up next. Chef Joel Thompson. He is a gentleman that's a chef for Ardent Mills. And Ardent Mills is a company that, I'll tell you what, Richie, why don't you jump on over there to your station, because I'm going to bring you to break. Are you all set for that?
We're starting at the 7 o'clock.
Why?
7 o'clock tonight.
That's hey Jay, everybody.
Hey, Jay Parker.
That's what we talked about, is doing his interviews at 7 o'clock.
No.
So the camera is being used on chefs.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Hey, wait a second. Does anyone know where Jeff Rourke is? I see somebody pouring their money down the drain over here.
Yes.
We've got a faulty tap here. Where's Jeff Rourke?
We'll talk about Jeff Rourke here. Another great sponsor of the Modern Eater Show. Okay, we're going to take a break from Studio Kitchen Colorado. Ardent Mills, a new sponsor of the Modern Eater Show. And this brand, I'll tell you what, wait until you hear about it. They're coming up next. We're going to take that turnaround right now from Studio Kitchen Colorado. It is the Modern Eater Show on iHeartRadio.
Path through Cyberland.
Don't forget to check us out on Instagram and Facebook for all the fun photos and videos. Just search The Modern Eater or check out the website, themoderneater.com.
Beep's coming. You know what to do.
Hey, I'm gonna just rip this Band-Aid off. We need to break up. You're not good for me. I'm always sweaty and uncomfortable around you, and I'm not getting any benefits from this relationship. You're just a basic memory foam mattress. I deserve better. And before you ask, yes, there is someone else. I've been seeing the purple mattress online for a while now. Don't blame yourself. How can you compete with a bed that totally supports me, hugs my pressure points, and sleeps so effortlessly cool? Not to mention the 100-night trial and free shipping. Now that's a bed with benefits. It'll make me feel better than you ever could.
Break up with your old mattress and get with Purple today. And right now, get $100 off the purchase of a mattress when you text DELIVER to 84888. Yes, $100 off, but only when you text DELIVER to 84888. That's DELIVER to 84888.
Message and data rates may apply up to 5 messages a month. TNC and privacy policy found at purple.com/TNC. Reply help for help or stop to cancel.
Rocker Spirits. It's a distillery. It's a place to hang. It's about quality. It's about taste. It's about passion. Infused with American spirit. Rocker whiskey, rocker rum, rocker vodka. Get ready for an original look, feel, and experience. Old Town Littleton. And if you get hungry while you're sipping on some drinks, they've got the best food truck line in town. Open Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Rockerspirits.com. Rockerspirits.com.
Little Rich here. It's the new year and we're 1 minute. Ways to save money. Here's a tip I bet you didn't know about. Do what I do. Buy your natural gas wholesale. Instantly saving 10 to 12% off your gas bill every single month. Baby, that's some serious cash. Do what I've done for years and call Brian Rizzuto at Encore Energy today. The sooner you call, the sooner you save. Call Brian at Encore Energy. 720-245-5771. That's 720-245-5771. Save money on natural gas with Encore Energy. Hey, chef friends, it's Little Rich here from Raquelitas Tortillas. Raquelitas, known for hyper-local, innovative, and healthy tortillas and chips, served by Colorado's top chefs, and that's why we only use Colorado Mills sunflower oil. If you too want to serve the healthiest, most vibrant tasting foods, you must use Colorado Mills. Colorado Mills is hyper-local, Colorado-grown, cold-pressed in Lamar. 10. Whether you bake, fry, or saute, get your Colorado Mills today. Available through Shamrock, Growers Organic, and Dawn Foods. For the best oil in the business, use Colorado Mills.
Hey, this is Brother Luck from Colorado Springs. All right, you ready? Owner of 4 by Brother Luck and Lucky Dumplings. I mean, he's a very, very impressive man. And you're rocking with the Modern Eater. iHeartRadio.
Decide to do Little Rich stuff within the kitchen. Sponsor appreciation night tonight, Brian, and what's so cool is the talent that we have in the house here. And what Chef Emma Nemechek, she's getting ready. But we got Zach Kreider. Zach,
hey, guys.
What's going on, man? Colorado Mills Sunflower Products?
That's us.
Good stuff.
I know. I need to actually try some of your new products because you guys have a whole new line of skincare, body care, beauty care.
Yeah, whatever. You know, we got a lot going on.
I mean, I've used sunflower oil all over my body, if I can tell you that. I don't know. Can we say that?
It's a great moisturizer.
You know? Oh, it is a great moisturizer.
Vitamin E content's just out of control. It's it's higher than anything else. Great skincare product. Like 20 attributes to hair, nails, skin. Yeah, we got some cool things going on. So
heck of a lubricant. You can run your lawnmower with it, you know. I mean,
oil. Yeah, it works. It works.
Squeaky door.
Squeaky door. Yeah.
Squeaky door.
Emma Nemechek, here she is.
Hello.
How are you,
Hi,
Chef?
everyone. I'm very good. Thank you
Good
for
to
having
see
me
you.
here.
The Omni Interlocken Hotel. What is it? Hotel and Spa? Hotel Resort?
Resort and Spa.
Resort
Omni
and
Interlocken
Spa.
Resort and
Did I write that right over there?
Omni
Hotel
Interlocken
and Resort.
Hotel and Resort.
That's the same. No problem. They get
Fancy
it.
place.
We know what it is.
Did you bring a chef friend of yours from the Omni tonight? Jay said something about that.
We are trying to. We have a new executive chef, Zach Barnes, and we would like for him to come show off his skills and do some stuff with organics Brian's Organics products. But yeah, we are in talks. Not tonight, apparently, but maybe in the future.
You're so talented, Emma.
Oh, thank you.
You do such, and the community of culinarians, everybody loves Emma.
Oh,
and your work just stands out. I mean, you really could be bitchy. And with don't you think
You're allowed
she
to say
could
that
be?
on the air there? Yes. Well, I love we're letting you off easy tonight with the focaccia. I mean, it's she is truly, if you've ever seen one of her desserts or tasted them.
And not a lot of people, I guess, know that I could also go outside doing desserts. So I do bake as well, and breads as well. But we use Ardent Mills where I work, and so it's not like it's a show-off thing. We actually love the product, and that's why we use it. And partnering it with Colorado Mills, that's even better.
I know it.
So I'm so excited. So we're gonna do a flatbread today. I see sausages in there. Maybe we can throw something on the flatbread.
I bet
tonight.
you can cook a mean steak, Emma.
I love steak. But my husband loves that better than I do. So
Really?
Yeah. He's a grill man.
He's a grill man.
Yeah.
I like to grill too. Grilling is one of those things that's kind of cathartic to guys.
Yeah.
Guys love to stare at the fire. I don't know.
I can play with fire, obviously, but...
what are you making, Emma?
So we are doing Italian flatbread. It's called focaccia. So we're using the bread flour from Ardent Mills, and I've already done it, so it actually matures. I don't like to use fresh dough, so to speak. I like to have it mature, at least a day in the cooler, and then you use it the next day. It's even better that way. So what we have here is now what I'm doing is we call it dimpling.
Dimpling.
Yes.
You're dimpling the dough.
Yes.
If you're on Facebook Live, you will see Emma Nemechek dimple the dough.
The dough. So basically, we're getting some of the air out of the focaccia dough, and if I can just grab the.
And Emma, what did you call the aging again?
It's basically fermentation. There's fermentation 1, fermentation 2, and 3. But I'd like it to mature. I call it maturing in the cooler. I don't want to use fresh dough.
So
you
is that
can
mature? So you like it mature?
It will melt. The
so I
flavors
like my
melt.
friends, a little more mature.
There you go.
That's why you hang out.
So
yeah, that's why I hang out here.
So you're basically walking the dough. It's a very slack dough.
How long do you fondle that for, Emma?
She's not fondling it. She's poking it.
Yeah, poking it, dimpling
I
it.
mean,
Dimpling
it looks like a nervous reaction. I'm about to freak out over here watching.
You got
her do
anxiety?
this. How long do you do that for?
Depending on your vessel, so you want to walk it out there, so to speak, and then you're done. Depending on how thick you want, you want to stop there, that's fine.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
But so it's rising or no? Is this a dough that doesn't? Do you not put a lot of yeast in this, or
it has yeast in there already?
Okay.
So basically, the second rising will happen after I put all the ingredients that I want. So I just did salt.
Almost like a naan.
Exactly. Kind of like really pizza, honestly.
Are you going to throw that on the grill behind me or in the oven?
We can definitely do that, but this will go in the oven.
Yeah. Do you have a finished one for us, like the magic of TV?
No.
No.
What do you think? We're on Rachel Ray around here? This is serious. This is chefs that are real chefs cooking here for us.
The magic of video.
Using real ingredients.
Real,
too.
exactly.
Yeah, I'm doing 3 flavors in one dough just to kind of show the people out there. But you can definitely put anything you want. Mine, I'm doing vegetarian, but like I said, I saw some great sausages over there. I can probably throw in if they let me, and so it
Yeah,
will
I
be
mean,
a
I'd
vegetarian.
make that a pizza, right?
Yeah, it is basically a pizza. And then I like tomatoes, cheeses and stuff, and I forget the cheese, but we'll sprinkle with Parmesan and mozzarella a little bit. So you'll have the melter. They call it melter. So as you grab into your piece, you'll have your cheese in there. And so this will be rising for at least half an hour and a little thicker. And then once it's done, we put it in the oven or the grill, and time to enjoy.
Will it be done by the end of the show?
Yes.
Yes.
I want to see that finished product.
Emma, can
on
we
the
take
show.
one of those Roma tomatoes down there maybe and put it on the grill and roast it right up?
Definitely, yes.
Ooh.
On
Yeah.
top?
That
So
sounds sexy.
Once I go back to my station, we'll get all those sexy food stuff on there. So yeah.
Emma, I love it when you talk dirty in the kitchen.
Oh, hello.
So it was my fault last segment because I think I said Joel was coming up next, and Zach. Kreider from Colorado Mills Sunflower Products. What's the update, man? We're coming into it. Are we starting to plant right now?
We're getting close. Summertime's coming around, or springtime.
I guess I'm ready.
Yeah, this weather is, everybody's got the itch, to get out there and start getting dirty, But things are going well. We're running 24/7. You had a decent crop this last year, and we're just looking at a lot of different avenues of where
Water level way up this year.
Yeah, snowpack is like 140%, so
Yeah.
the rivers will be flowing, reservoirs will be full, and
The ditches will be moving some water this year.
Yeah.
The sunflower oil in particular is such a clean product that highlights the foods that you're cooking. It doesn't really, it takes a
Well, it doesn't have the flavor.
But
it doesn't have this depth of flavor that confuses people with their oil.
So I ran out of some at home.
And everybody's like, oh, oil, high heat and, dressings. But like with Emma here with baking with it, that's where we see a ton of value and a tremendous savings, cutting your recipe, our favorite baker, Raquelitas Tortillas, they are the true testament. They cut their oil percentage by 30% when they switched to ours. And they got flaky tortillas, good tasting, it works.
The product
and people
stands
don't,
up.
When it comes to baking, this is your baking oil.
Well, you should hear this story because Greg ran out. He had to use an inferior product.
No, I didn't.
Greg.
Did you stop? You wouldn't cook.
No,
I will drive it to you. Just call me.
I had some Spectrum in the cabinet, but I was a little sad. I did use a bit of that.
You
But
cheated?
Well, here's the deal. That
so mean.
I was actually in mourning to where there's not a lot of things that I can substitute pretty easy, but I really needed that Colorado Mills sunflower oil. And the multi-uses, I use it to coat my cast iron after I clean it and I put it away. I use it for various ingredients for baking. I use it in the pan to saute. I use it for so many things that when it was missing out of my life,
it was a big deal.
I could feel it.
Well, and here, let me go into something because on the agriculture side of what Zach does with Colorado Mills, I don't think many people understand that sunflowers aren't something that we don't need GMO sunflowers. We don't need a lot of pesticides or any pesticides. We don't need the intense fertilizers that they have to use. Growing sunflowers.
Less water,
all the way around. Tell us that.
Yeah, 35% less water is needed, but compared to corn or soy, most of it's dry land. We do have some irrigated acreage down there, but a lot of it's dry land. In our area of the state, it thrives because we are a dry, arid, geographic region, and it works. A lot of our farmers practice responsible practices, and that's leading to such high quality products. We have a proprietary refining process that nobody else has in the country. So other sunflower oils are not the same as our oil. We can achieve higher vitamin E levels, more natural, so it works. And that's where we're seeing with a lot of the success that we're having is because we are different than other oils, but it's definitely different than other sunflower oils. Victoria's gluten-free, one of our good friends. They tried another sunflower oil from their original, I think, canola, and it was great. And then they switched to our sunflower oil, and it put it on a whole nother level. And people call it, it's a secret ingredient. There's bakers out there.
Secret sauce.
It's a secret ingredient to what they have.
And it's great to see that chefs like Emma say, you know what, this is part of my dish tonight. As I watch your bread rise. That should be like
looks delicious.
That should be a drama
But I
for
think
bakers.
the way you talk about this, I think I will definitely incorporate this with other stuff
Thank
in
you.
my pastry kitchen. It'll be a testament. I'm using it right now, so.
We on pastries and baking, Chef Cheeto, I love the guy. He's made side by side, just white cake. And there's a color difference. Like you would think in a cake, would there be a color difference? Yeah. And one was fluffier, one was lighter, and that was our Colorado Mills oil
Now
compared
you're
to
just
vegetable
showing
oil.
off. Now you're just showing
But here, I'll show off
I
because
was
his
sold
oil
on
is
that,
so
yeah.
good. Not only can you cook with it, You can make skincare products
can
out of it.
drink
That
it.
is like
You could drink it. It's heart healthy. It will improve your cholesterol.
That's right. It's 6:30 on 6:30 K-How. We got thanks, Zach Kreider. Thank you, man,
guys.
as always. He's a friend of the show. Same with Emma. We love when Emma can stop by.
Let's eat some of this.
Can't wait to see your bread. We'll see the after on that.
Definitely.
Emma Nemechek, the Omni. I'll just say the Omni.
The Omni.
Interlocken
Resort and Spa.
Go see Emma. Delicious stuff that you do, Emma. Thank you so much.
Greg.
All right, Joel Thompson, Chef Joel, he's coming up next. It was my mistake the last segment when I promoted Joel would be coming up. But the man of the hour will be coming up. Ardent Mills, their executive chef for Ardent Mills. You'll be hearing that and more next. Stick around. Watch all the great food on Facebook. This is the Modern Eater Show on iHeartRadio.
Facebook family, it's our first segment between the shows. We got it over here. And so here, on this segment, we're going to talk about innovation. We want you to learn stuff, and I've got a great innovative way for you to save money, to invest back in your business. Got Brian Rizzuto from Encore Energy. He's so good. I use him myself. He's been the guy we've been buying our gas from for years.
Absolutely. I'm here to save you money.
How much money can you save us, Brian?
So the average customer that burns about $1,000 a month in natural gas throughout the course of a year, I can save them between 8% and upwards of 22%. It depends on the year. So that's free money.
Why would you not want to do that? And so if I decide I want to do that, and so this would be good for restaurants, bakeries, breweries, distilleries, which you've got all those hotels. We've got a lot of hotel people watching us.
Absolutely. So, yeah, if you want to reach out to me, I do all the work for you. I know you're busy running a business. You can reach me at 720-245-5771.
Reach out, call Brian, start saving some money. That's some serious bucks, baby. And we're going to break, pay a couple bills, and let you listen to some of our other great sponsors.
19 Mercedes-Benz Sprinter available soon.
If you've got a business and need a
1 minute to the live.
F. Johnson Design does it all. Take the headache out of trying to build your own website or design graphics. Who has time for that? F. Johnson Design will get you up and running with a professional and great-looking website. Design sharp graphics to your specifications and have your site up faster than you think. Logo, package design, SEO coding, and more. F. Johnson Design did the Modern Eater's website. Go to themoderneater.com to check out some of their work. Reach out to F. Johnson Design at fjohnsondesign.com.
Hey, chef friends, it's Little Rich here from Raquelitas Tortillas. Raquelitas, known for hyper-local, innovative, and healthy tortillas and chips, served by
20 seconds to the live.
That's why we only use Colorado Mills sunflower oil. If you too want to serve the healthiest, most vibrant tasting foods, you must use Colorado Mills. Colorado Mills is hyper-local, Colorado grown.
10 seconds to the live.
Whether you bake, fry, or saute, get your Colorado Mills today. Available through
4, 3, 2, you're hot.
Use Colorado Mills.
Back to Studio Kitchen, Colorado, momentarily. Jeff Rourke and A+beverage Solutions. This is a good guy right here. I'm telling you, family man. Jeff and his wife, Kristen and Jeff Rourke, they have a great business. 20 years in the business, installing tap lines, doing maintenance on tap lines. But he's the most trusted man. They sent him all over the place. Colorado is where he really sunk down his anchor, but they're flying him out nationally for places like Punch Bowl Social. I'll tell you what, when you look at Jeff Rourke and A+beverage Solutions and you look at a supporter of the Modern Eater Show, he's done so much for us, and we can't thank him enough. So if you're a restaurateur or you own a bar or a brewery, if you got some miles on you and you're pouring inefficient beer, what are you doing when you're doing that?
You're pouring your money down the drain.
Just call Jeff. Don't pour your money down the drain. He'll make it all come true for you. Jeff Rourke and A+beverage Solutions. I had a new graphic for that. For A+beverage Solutions. It didn't make it on the show tonight. 720-272-3809. 720-272-3809. It's Jeff Rourke and A+beverage Solutions.
Hi, everybody. This is Chef Carrie Barrett from Bardo here in Denver. Ooh, okay, that sounds good. And you are listening to The Modern Eater on iHeartRadio.
You're hot.
All right, let's go. Back to Studio Kitchen, Colorado. Greg and Brian, Jay doing great work on our Facebook live stream. And continuing now, I said it a little too early. I jumped the gun, but he's on the show now. His name's Chef Joel Thompson. He's Ardent Mills executive chef. Welcome to the show.
Wait, he's bigger than the executive.
What is he?
He's bigger. He's the
corporate chef.
corporate
R&D.
R&D chef,
I
man.
like to leave the corporate out, though.
It sounds way too fancy.
It does.
Everybody digs corporate, man.
Yeah, everybody digs corporate. Have you seen The Office, man? You want to be in The Office?
I'm living the office.
Welcome to the show officially for the first time.
Thank you.
And this gentleman here, I want you to do an introduction. This is the first time we've met, sir. First time to the Modern Eater show, but I got to tell you, did we write your name down on the board correctly? Because, Don, if that's not spelled right, it wasn't my fault.
Well, it's close. It's real close. It's more like trouble, but with an LE instead of an A.
Oh, really?
Yeah, TROUB. Hey, good enough for you guys. Yeah, I'm fine. It's fine.
Welcome to the show, my friend. We've been starting to get to know Ardent Mills, and the more and more that I dig in, the more and more I fall in love with this company. So based here in Denver, Colorado, and doing so much on a national and worldwide basis, really. But what you mean to Colorado guys, first of all, who can take it away of really just for those that don't know, what is Ardent Mills?
So Ardent Mills, we're, like you said, Greg, we're a national flour miller, but our headquarters is here in Denver, and our roots are really in Colorado. And so we are supporting the local grain chain. We're working with farmers across the state and in the surrounding states and really across the country. But we've placed a big emphasis on supporting that local grain economy, flour economy, and just trying to help chefs. You know, we love grains. We love flour. And I feel like if you've been following Atkins and all this stuff for a long time, people are anti that. You know what? We're beyond that now. Yeah. We've got good beer. We've got good food. We've got good focaccia going on. We got awesome quinoa stuff that Chef Joel's doing. So we love grains, and we love supporting that local economy.
Well, and Don, let me jump in about that, because what you guys support, what I think you're missing a little bit, and I don't mean to be rude, but you guys are really plowing it back into the heritage grain, the heirloom grain movement of trying to figure out what are these grains that we were using 100, 1,000 years ago that are something that, you know, listen, I think the grain industry, it was actually the big bad guy for a while. Yep. Because what we were doing is we were creating grains that had higher gluten content, because that protects the berry so you can get a number one. And so we took grains, we're all about production. And one of the things that I think one of your divisions is doing here in Colorado, and I'm a little bit more intimate than you might not know, is you guys are out there trying to bring back these grains, things like winter red, white.
Yeah.
So, so it's not just the amount of gluten. Am I there?
Yeah, there you go, babe.
All right, so it's not just the amount of gluten, it's the right gluten. It's the way the gluten existed hundreds of years ago.
Exactly.
And so the gluten that's been built, over changing these species of wheat has also changed the way our body metabolizes that. We don't metabolize gluten the way we did 200 or 300 years ago, so it's affecting a lot of people. We're trying to get away from, not away from gluten-free, but we prefer to use the word gluten-smart, the right types of glutens, in modesty, makes a much better formula.
Well, because gluten's always going to be there. People don't understand. It's the sheath of the berry. It's what protects.
That's correct.
Well, the gluten's actually on the inside. So, but I mean,
well, the inside of the sheath,
yeah, because on the outside you have the bran, and then inside you have the germ, which would become the plant, and the gluten is part of the endosperm. If we're gonna, make
I love it
middle school jokes, right? But the endosperm is that's carbohydrates.
Yeah.
It fuels that plant. And actually, I think the science is still out there, but I think you said a really good thing, Brian, which is, and you're right, I'm part of a team within Ardent Mills called the Annex. It's our cool, hip name. There's a few of us that are focused on this local grain thing. And I think more than anything, Ardent Mills is about choice. We love the flavor of heirloom grains. It's an undiscovered country for a lot of people and for a lot of chefs. And it's when you get in the hands of chefs like Chef Joel or many of the great chefs that you have here, Chef Emma, I know she's doing some, the stuff with focaccia. You can do amazing things with grains and flour and flavor. You got Kelly Whitaker up in Boulder doing amazing stuff. I mean, there's just a ton of stuff happening here.
What are you doing with Kelly in Boulder?
We are having a lot of conversations with Kelly, but so it's through the Noble Grain Alliance, really where we've interacted the most. We've supported Nana Meyer down at the University of Colorado Springs with the grain school. But, we're growing, we're working with farmers to grow grains like white Sonora, heirloom variety of wheat, really popular in the Southwest where we're kind of the edge of that in the 1700s, and trying to make that available at scale. So we support local, but we also can make it available to that region, or if it wants to go bigger.
So you'll take a farmer like Paul New
You got it.
Work directly with Paul and their farms, and think about that, how much that means to Colorado and Colorado economy to be able to use those farms to not only develop, but do some really innovative type of things, Brian, that I know that you appreciate. Excuse me.
You got some of the salsa from the Chilaquiles.
I did, but going off that note,
well, and Greg,
if you have someone like Brian that endorses that Mr. Organic, you're doing some great things with that company.
Well, and what Don might not know is Paul is actually a partner of Growers Organic.
Okay.
Kelly brought me into the Noble Grain Alliance a long time ago.
Yeah.
So that's where I have the connection with Ardent, unbeknownst to most. And you know, and it's not something – I'm not going out there and beating this drum because grains isn't necessarily what we do. I'm letting the people who are the real players in it lead that. Yep. But it is interesting because, you know, Paul knew down at White Mountain Farm, he was one of the first people back in the 70s with CSU. Well, his dad, actually, Ernie, were the ones that were doing trials with quinoa in the state of Colorado.
Ahead of their time.
Yeah, I mean, and this is in the 70s, and a lot of people don't know that Colorado has been really an epicenter for so much around the food industry. One, we have the largest or more food manufacturers that are running R&D kitchens in the entire country right here in Colorado. And that's really cool, and especially it's in the organic and natural space. We are, you know, Boulder has become this epicenter in a sense, but Denver has tied right on. I mean, Ardent Mills has their headquarters right downtown. I think it's super cool because they're spreading the word about this. I mean, right on your shirt, Chef, you've got right there the heirloom grains, ancient heirloom grains.
And then you look at the array of products that are made with these grains, you know, and it even spans into the distilling and brewing community.
Oh, yeah. And it's not just, you know, bags of flour. It's the whole grain berries. It's cracked and it's cut and flaked. We do fully cooked IQF grains. We do a line, what we call our crisp, which are puffed and flaked and popped, kind of like Rice Krispies, which are becoming very, very popular, taking tremendous interest in the pastry and baking segment of food service and retail as well. So it's not just bags of flour.
Does Ardent do anything with rice or any of those grains?
You know, we do with rice within I'll call our network, which is the corporate term. We have a mill in Puerto Rico, and we have rice down there. But I think actually going back to what's unique and different, you know, we've been talking with Paul down at White Mountain, and you take a grain like Colorado, and I know this show is all about hyper-local, but here you have a Colorado-grown quinoa that's amazing. It rivals a lot of the stuff you get from South America. So as Ardent Mills and the Annex, can we work with Paul and say, look, America, there's this amazing product in Colorado that we can help get to you. And I think that's the value that we bring. And then when you talk about organic, I think one of the things that people might know is they might say, oh, you're a big flour miller. But we actually started this initiative back in 2014 to double organic acres harvested by 2019. So we'll know later this year if we hit that. But again, it's about choice. And so we've spent a lot of time and energy and effort to educate farmers on that process. And we're also buying the wheat, paying a premium to help them on that journey from organic. So we've got transitional wheat, we've got all these things, but it's about building out that choice. And so, you know, people might say, oh, you're big, why would you worry about that? Because there's interest. And farmers, they want to know they have an outlet. And so if we can make it good for farmers and good for consumers, then we can plug in.
Don't you find it interesting? I love what you're talking about, and I know you all are doing some work to try to find what grains grow in the States, because what's changed, and where my comment about the big bad grain, some of the big bad grain guys, is that we decided at some point that we were going to say we want this grain to grow here because it yields higher, instead of saying for this soil condition, for this altitude, for these weather conditions, this is the best grain, and this tastes the best grown in. Because a lot of I've gotten into with Babette's, which is a real popular bakery here. It was in Denver. They've moved up to Longmont. But I've talked a lot of him about the local guys, and one of his frustrations was, listen, I need testing. I need to make sure that when my grain my grain is ground to flour, that it is super consistent, because I can't go to my customers and say, by the way, this croissant today is going to be a little bit different than it was yesterday. Yep. My customers want consistency, and and that's where I think what Ardent brings, it helps these little guys raise the bar, and and hopefully we'll start having like wine
Well done, Brian.
testing stations
Really.
around the country to so thank you, Ardent.
Yeah, and that's what bakers want. That's what chefs want, and we love being a part of that. And we that's some of the stuff we've talked with Nana about down at Colorado Springs that we can do. We've got the equipment. We understand. I like to joke. It's sort of like when you go playing high school baseball to the minor leagues to the major leagues. And when you get to the upper minors and the majors, there are just certain things you need to be able to do, and we can add that value to the
great
local
point.
economy.
Don and Chef Joel, here we're going to cook now. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back, and it's going to be all about cooking. You've got a delicious dish. Just say the dish, and we'll highlight this in the next segment, Chef.
Sounds great. So we're doing a Moroccan quinoa cake.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Are you looking forward to that?
I'm looking forward to
And
that.
it's really working well with this Marrakesh beer over here.
Oh, really? We're going to pair that? All right.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah.
get it all
It's
set up.
it's that beer is almost just for this tonight.
Yeah, we've been pairing actually all night so far, just to make sure it's working.
We got talent in the house tonight. Okay, coming back, Chef Joel Thompson. We're going to demo this delicious dish that's going to be right here for you, live on Facebook and the Modern Eater Show on iHeartRadio.
Hello, Modern Eater Facebook family. We've got another segment between the break. I've got a stud, an oil stud with me. I've got Zach from Colorado Mills. And this time we want to talk about hyper-local. And all you chefs right now, I know you're working on trying to come up with that new summer, spring menu.
Yeah.
And what a fast way to get hyper-local in doing that.
Right, we are, as the crow flies, like 90 miles here from Denver, and the average farm from our facility is like 52 miles and everything. So talk about hyper-local, we're in everybody's backyard right here. Summertime's coming up, dressings, salads.
Make them taste lighter, they're more nutritious, you're
They
local,
are.
you're doing the right things.
Better price, better taste. I say better because I think it's time for better.
Oh, I think there's a slogan. What was that again?
It's time for better.
It's time for better.
Our opinion, but with science and chefs to back it up.
I sure like it on my chips.
Yeah.
And I mean, Mark fried up some chips. You had a couple. What'd you think?
Great. Awesome.
We worked very well together. We worked very well together. Hey, we're going to pay a couple bills. Facebook family, stay tuned. We got more exciting food coming at you right back.
The best, bake with the best. Little Rich here from Raquelitas Tortillas and the Modern Eater. Our wraps fold cold and don't break open, yet they're soft and delicious. What's my secret? Ardent Mills. Organic, ancient, and heirloom grains like quinoa, spelt, and more. Locally headquartered in Denver, Colorado, Ardent Mills provides the industry's broadest range of traditional and organic flours, whole grains, customized blends, and specialty products dedicated to providing the culinary industry with the next grains and unique plant-based ingredients. I love Ardent Mills, and I know you will too. To bake the best, you must use the best. Learn more at ardentmills.com.
Hey, it's Peter Allman with South River Aquaponics. As a chef and aquaponics farmer, I get the importance of conserving our limited water supply. Did you know Colorado is suffering from the most severe drought since 2012? Water shortages are very real, especially to Colorado farmers. Now here's the good news. Aquaponic farming uses 90% less water than traditional farming, while producing 4.5 times more food per square foot. Using traditional farming to
1 minute.
flood their fields with large quantities of water, leaving much of this water underutilized and just plain wasted. But because aquaponics is a recirculating system, the only water used is what the plants uptake and some very minor evaporation. South River Aquaponics has been running a 55,000-gallon system year-round for 4 years, and we use less than 500 gallons of water per day. Education is very important to us here at South River Aquaponics. I invite you to learn more about aquaponics at southriveraquaponics.com. South River Aquaponics, the future of farming.
Hey Colorado, this is Brian Freeman, owner of Growers Organic and a host on the Modern Eater Talk Show. Growers Organic is a Colorado sourcing company who provides Colorado's greatest chefs with the best organic produce. I've been partnering with local and regional farms for the last 20 years, and our returning customers know they can count on us over and over again. Chefs who receive the highest rating on Good Food 100 choose Growers Organic for their organic produce needs because we're experts at bridging the gap between the farm and the table. Join us in the organic revolution and go organic with Growers Organic. Look us up online at growersorganic.com. Whose cuisine reigns supreme? You're listening to the Modern Eater Show, the ultimate gourmet challenge. And it's time for In the Kitchen.
You're hot.
All right, we can do In the Kitchen right now, live from Studio Kitchen, Colorado. Greg Hollenbach, Brian Freeman, Jay Parker, Little Rich running around doing Little Rich stuff. continuing with these guys. Chef Joel Thompson back at it, and Don, we're gonna do a play-by-play. Ready?
Yeah, you got it.
Okay, so here we go.
All right.
What are you putting together, Chef?
So what we're doing tonight is a Moroccan quinoa cake. We're utilizing a golden and red quinoa. Inside of that, here's our quinoa here.
So that quinoa comes from, the golden quinoa, we call it our Great Plains quinoa. This particular golden quinoa is actually grown in Canada. I would love to mix in some of Paul's and Brian's Colorado quinoa into this, and we absolutely can do that. The red quinoa comes from South America.
Yep.
But this is a really global infusion of ingredients.
Okay, so we're going to add some yogurt here that's got some, let's call them North African spices in here. Actually, that's the turmeric that you're seeing. So we've got some Moroccan tandoori spice. We've got some Moroccan tantan spice, which is kind of tandoori-esque, but has a lot more heat and cinnamon and black cardamom and things like that in it. We got a little bit of red curry in there. We've got some fresh lemon juice. We've got some green onions right here.
Now, normally you wouldn't be using quinoa for something like this, would you?
Usually no. And what you've noticed, I don't have any egg in here. I mean, if we're making a cake, usually you have some type of a binder. This golden quinoa has an amazing natural binding ability, so you don't need any type of protein-type binder to add to that. Super great for a vegetarian, even a vegan version of this, if you're using a vegan yogurt.
Well, and quinoa is the only grain, or one of the only grains with 5 essential amino acids in it, which is a big deal because that you can get it can be
nine essentially.
9 essentially. Wow.
I like keeping Don around to keep you honest, Brian.
I know. Well, hey,
half the time
I don't
Brian
mind being
goes off on something. I'll just
I don't
nod my
mind
head.
being low when it comes to amino acids, man. If I'm underquoting, that's a good thing.
Gluten's on the inside with the endosperm, Brian.
There
Not
you
on
go.
the outside.
Hey, it's all about endosperm.
Well, so how do you make it?
And so this is our finished product here.
Okay.
We've got this portion down to about 3 ounces. We're simply going to take these, pat them into some little patties. You notice they're holding together very, very well.
They are.
Okay. We're going to take a little bit of some sunflower oil from Colorado Mills onto our hot griddle here.
Locally milled.
Locally, hyper-locally milled product, right?
I love the sizzle. For the audience out there, the sizzle's awesome. The aroma, I mean, you want to be in here. No, but you walk by where this is all happening, and it's unbelievable, the aroma.
Well, all of these spices are very fragrant, indigenous to that area of the world. I had someone ask me earlier, is this like falafel? It's similar. There's no chickpea in here, but it kind of has that coarse texture, kind of a cakey texture to it. These are very common in Morocco, Marrakesh, and all those areas. Not everyone has the ability to fry in their home. That's kind of a luxury. So everybody's got some type of a hot plate or hot rock or something
hot rock.
that they cook these cakes on. They're very nutritious, high in protein, high in fiber. This mix can be made ahead of time and last just in a cool refrigerated condition for 10 days. Okay, so it makes a really, really good food service item for a restaurant because it can be held for so long.
And you just grill it to brown, huh?
Just brown them on a hot plate, hot griddle. Can be done under a broiler as well.
Well, you got to cook the quinoa first.
That's correct. Now we're using one of our fully cooked. Actually, both of these quinoas are fully cooked, IQF, individually quick frozen, which means the product is fully cooked. It's frozen so that it flows like a bag of peas or corn. That way you can measure that not only by weight but by volume as well with a measuring cup, half cup, tablespoon, whatever you need. Okay.
And that's something you could just heat up real quick in a stovetop or microwave.
Sure. Absolutely. You could do this on a campfire. And I can totally picture Greg out.
Well, campfire with a griddle over it.
Roaring fire going with a, like a shovel with some of these cakes cooking on there.
If you're picturing someone, that's me or Jay doing the cooking. Greg is holding up a beer and the chair, though, very well.
Stop it. I cooked it Big B's in that cast iron pan right in the fire.
Wow, no way.
I did. Yeah, hey, listen.
It was real.
I'm a good.
Did you eat it?
Yeah, you ate it. It was a spatchcock cake.
These are some of the spices that we're using here, guys. We've got a Moroccan tandoori spice, turmeric, which is in all across that North African and Middle Eastern area. We've got a tantan spice as well, a little bit more hot. These come from Savory Spices. I love their shop down in Lodo. Go see them. Great group of people down there. So These are going to cook about 3 to 4 minutes on each side till they get nice and brown.
Yeah, it's
All right?
caramelizing there.
Okay.
Or is that?
And it's, well, let's say it's toasting.
Okay.
So you're getting a really influencing the flavor of the quinoa. When it comes off of there, we're going to put that on a bed of some Growers Organic spring mix. We're going to put a little bit of same yogurt that we put inside, but we've hit that with some additional lemon juice and fresh dill.
Delicious dish.
A little bit of his micro cilantro on here, and you're ready to roll.
And I think it would go well with a beer.
I think you're right.
Well, I think so. Yes.
Which beer did you elect?
Especially with the beer over here that these guys are doing with some of the same spices in there.
That's so cool.
Definitely.
And pairing is so big, and to have those flavors, whether they're very complementary or just the antithesis, the other side of it.
Well, in food service today, in restaurants and country clubs and hotels, that piece of the business is so hot. Food pairing, whether it's can go all the way down to sodas and soft drinks, all the way up to fine wine.
Yeah, you're right, Chef.
And beer falls right in the middle, probably a large piece of that. So
you know what? You guys are a new addition to this show, but I like both of you so much.
Can we come back?
Oh, you're going to come back a lot. And again, I think that maybe even every single week, I'd like to have you, Don, as the neutralizer for Brian.
Yeah.
Just to keep him honest, you know. And
I wouldn't take the stuff that he's dishing out to you. I mean, it's aggressive. I'm surprised.
I like it. And Chef Joel, I think that, you know, in your position as the corporate R&D chef for Ardent Mills.
Well done.
That it spans way past grains. You're a chef that can do so many things. You're so versatile. He's like that guy that you have on your baseball or football team that can do everything. Chef, go in there, throw a pass.
Well, but he
go
was
catch
just
one.
born yesterday.
Go kick a field
what do
goal.
you think he hasn't been around?
He's so well-rounded. And
what a good-looking young kid. You know?
He's got great stories.
And we appreciate the opportunity to be here because we consider ourselves to be deeply woven into the fabric of Denver. We want to continue to grow that relationship with this city. We're in love with it. We hope that they're falling in love with us, too.
Colorado. What a great place to have
I'm excited to try that quinoa patty. Someone just brought me the beer that melds with it.
Well, Speaking of beer, move that right over
look at this. Look at this. Now, here's the magic
I was having
of TV.
a beer at Zeppelin Station the other day as I sat there and looked at the Ardent Mills plant right in front of me. There, you guys mean a lot to our community.
Community flour mill. Community flour mill. We like it.
Well, and that was a new acquisition from you guys. You're talking about the one right there at Wazee and 38th.
I didn't mean to start a whole nother topic. Thank you guys.
Next time.
I know someone who will buy that building from you, though.
I bet.
It's a very valuable thing, such as Ardent Mills, very valuable to our community. Coming up next, we're going to spend a segment with Brian Freeman and talk about produce. Hey, Don, actually stick around for this next segment.
Okay.
It'll be fun right here from Studio Kitchen, Colorado on the Modern Eater Show.
Looking for ways to save with your Medicare? Walgreens is a preferred network pharmacy with many plans.
Hello, Modern Eater Facebook family. We've got another break. This is a nice long one, and that's where I brought Chris over from Rome Sausage. We're going to talk a little bit about hyper-local and kind of dive down deep here. Chris, I'm going to give you this.
Let's do it.
And we've got an opportunity to dive down a little deeper into what makes you hyper-local and how you can help restaurants, chefs, hotels be more hyper-local.
Sure.
So, you know, some of the stuff I noticed this past week, Monday morning, I'm up at Johnstown at the new Urban Egg. There's your name on the menu.
Yes.
Now, what sausage of yours are they using?
They're buying our chorizo in large quantities, and we love that.
They're a great group.
Absolutely. Good guys, very solid folks, buying quality ingredients, obviously. Tortillas and chorizo aside.
Yeah, well, they know their stuff.
That's right. Sharp guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Then I also noticed, I'm hearing word on the street, you're at the Brown Palace, too?
We are. Brown Palace, landmark, Denver joint.
What?
Turn the mic on. There you go.
Okay, well, this will be a little better then. You're at the Brown Palace,
Brown
too?
Palace, yep. Yeah, landmark, Denver joint. Buying a variety of products, breakfast sausages and such. So yeah, we're, Sam's number 3, a lot of the Buckhorn Exchange, a lot of the Denver landmark joints, Mile High Stadium.
You're like the crown jewels of restaurants.
Yeah, for the folks who like good stuff and who appreciate local, we're up their alley, and you talked hyper local earlier, and really for us it means sourcing as much as we can you know, within the Denver community, within the Colorado community, be it pork or spices, I mean, boxes, labels, so on and so forth. And this is a great medium for us to all connect. Like, hey, you buy this, I buy this.
Isn't this fun?
Yeah, it's great. I mean, as far as the independent source of all things Colorado, this is as good as it gets. And we're thrilled and excited to be part of what you're doing here. And we're just makes our hearts full to see all these like-minded folks in the same room just having a good time.
It's really evolving into something. And you know the fun part that I really love about this, and we talked about this the first time we went and had lunch, is that now you are in the church, the hyper-local church, but you came from the other side. Yeah. You came from, and not bashing any of those large brands, but it's a different motivation now, isn't it?
Absolutely. You know, we're selling soulful product, and we're making tangible,
yes,
you know, hands-on stuff every day, as opposed to like just selling units or like being a part of this big conglomerate. Like, we just want to make great stuff and take care of folks, and that's it.
And also, you know, it seems like when you're in at that mindset, and that's the DNA, the heart of the recipe of the business, it just changes. You hunt down better ingredients. You treat them with reverence. Yep, you want to make something great. When you know that pork farm or the pork rancher, right, and it's like, I'm going to do something spectacular out of this. Right. Not just I'm going to make so many thousands of pounds of a bid-price product. Absolutely. There's a difference.
Right, absolutely. And it's about injecting yourself, your values, and your morals, and your go-to-market and everything that you do, as far as I want to source great stuff, I want to take care of folks, and that's the extent of it. It's very soulful stuff.
That's fantastic. Well, you know, I want to touch base, our Facebook family, our Modern Eater Facebook family. You're coming into spring, summer, and I've been saying this many times today, well, we got grilling season, but you know, everyone's looking at new menus. Yeah. Okay, I got to do something new. I got to do something to set myself apart from the pack. Sure. This guy's got some answers for you. Absolutely. And they're gonna taste tremendous. Yep. I mean, I've had some at home. He's got this. Chris has got this. What is it? A blueberry maple?
Blueberry maple sausage. Yeah, breakfast link.
That was the first one. That was insane.
Life-changing.
How did you come up with that?
It's just a matter of kind of playing with ingredients and understanding, like, hey, I want to do something on the sweeter side, and you know, blueberries aren't local, so to speak, but you know, maple syrup, you know, and those kind of things. Like, we just want to make quality, unique stuff, and you know, we're not going to do a bunch of like crazy off the wall stuff. We just want to make core, amazing stuff and do it right.
Well, you know, on that flavor, it's funny. When I saw it, I was like, oh, I have to eat that. And then I'm like, how come? I've been in this game 40 years. Something's wrong with me. Right. But in 40 years, I had not seen.
Wrong with you, but besides, I don't know. That's why we get along. There's something off of both of us.
Well, there's probably something wrong. We have the same ailments. Yeah. All of us in this room. Right. It's a gathering of all those common missed ailments.
Right. That's right.
But when I saw that, I was amazed, because I'm like, how come I haven't seen that before?
Right.
I thought it was incredibly innovative. That was the first one I ate. I had to have that.
You know, and for a long time, Rome sausage was just a word-of-mouth business, you know, kind of up and down the street. And with the exposure being increased now, folks are starting to see, like yourself, like, hey, we're making great stuff. We're not screwing around. Like, it's pork butts, salt, spices. Like, we're making straightforward, amazing quality stuff, and it's good to see. And I'm flattered by the fact that you love that, because you're a man of certain taste, and you've been around, you've seen some stuff, and I appreciate you embracing that.
It's awesome, and you know, I gotta thank you, and on behalf of all of us, thanks for doing what you're doing, attacking it with such passion and such heart, and thank you for helping this happen. Because I tell you, when Chris, you basically called, come, the check is already wrote for you guys.
Right.
And but I got that feeling. It wasn't just I want to sell more sausage.
No.
It was I want to help create and nurture this environment.
No, this is a great spot for us, because the folks here appreciate who we are, what we do, what we're making, and vice versa. We're here to help them out too, and so it's a great venue for that. So yeah, it's right up our alley, man.
It was awesome. So thank you, and we want to do a great job for you and continue this relationship for a long time. Well, I'm going to look over to Jay. I'm going to see, Jay, how much time do I have left? 45 seconds? Oh my God! Well, we got plenty to talk about.
Jay's giving hand
so
signals.
let me ask you. So when you go home, what's the sausage that you're making? So you kind of got an insider tip for all of you. Here's where you want to jump in the Rome sausage pool.
What's the sausage you eat at home?
So chorizo is our flagship item. That's our go-to.
Nice.
You know, most chorizo is going to be organ meats first. We're using pork butts instead, so you're getting actual meat, not odds and ends, so to speak. The yield is much better. It's our best-selling item for a reason. You know, young kids at home, a lot of breakfast stuff, a lot of the milder varieties, be it Italian, breakfast, that kind of thing. But I mean, we try and distribute the sausage across the spectrum at home.
That's awesome. Well, folks, we're going to wind up. We're going to take the off-ramp, pay a couple bills, watch some other great sponsors, and be sure and reach out to Rome.
Yes.
Try some of this. It's fantastic.
Thank you.
Management or parent company, iHeartMedia Incorporated.
It's time for the second course, hour number 2 of the Modern Eater.
What are you hungry for?
Here's to a meal we're all here for.
Delicious and tasty.
Now we're getting to the good stuff. With your hosts, Greg Hollenbeck, Parker, and Brian Freeman.
I love hour number 2 of the Modern Eater Show. There's just something about it. It just gets going here in the kitchen.
Loosen
And
up a little bit.
The vibe, I mean, it truly...
Well, it's a big shout out to our distillers, our brewers. They lubricate this place at a level that makes us all so happy.
I thought it was just people started getting familiar with each other, Brian. I didn't know.
Well, you were touching me, and I could feel the love. I could feel it. You
The
were
love
touching
is
me.
in the air at Studio Kitchen, Colorado. I hope you can join us on Facebook Live as well. Or just check it out if you don't have time right now. Just go back and look at some of the great videos that we do here at Studio Kitchen, Colorado. It's all about sponsor appreciation. Speaking of that, Ardent Mills, and Don, you're hanging over into this segment.
Not hungover, but hanging over. That's good.
I thought it'd be cool to have you join. Here's the deal. So Brian Freeman, I met you, Brian, I don't know, a year and 3 months ago, 4 months ago.
Yep, 1 year and a quarter ago.
And we fell in love just as friends. You know, it's like, oh, man, this is a guy I want to hang out with. And it just brings so much knowledge to this show. You came on as a sponsor, I think about a year and a month ago. And Growers Organic means so much to the growth of the Modern Eater Show. But not only that, you've come into your own as such a great co-host here.
Oh, thanks.
You offer so much to this broadcast each and every Saturday evening. And I always say you're the guy who invented produce. If you were to tell me, I would buy it because you know so much. My line is, you've forgotten more than I'll ever know about produce. That's why I want to have a little bit of fun with you. So, Don, we've got this chart here, this wheel.
Yes.
Jay, do you have this wheel on the broadcast?
No. Here, throw it to me.
You took a picture of it.
Yeah, I did.
But that picture didn't make the final cut.
Oh, gosh.
It didn't.
We're fine. We're about to find the
you,
picture.
I'm trying, man.
Anyway,
you
give
talk
that-
about it, I'll get it.
Give that back to me here.
Is this going to be like a game show?
So
It is,
yes. Well, I don't know how much of a game show.
We're going to pick your season.
So I have a chart. So regions of Colorado. Here are your 4 regions, right? We're going to talk about growing. And now that we're coming into spring here, a lot. We're so seasonal here in Colorado. Winter, nothing's really going on unless you have a greenhouse or an aquaponics farm or a micro.
Or you're in wheat.
Or you're in
happening
wheat.
Underground
That's,
in wheat.
That's right.
Not weed, wheat.
Wheat, yes. Because
well, because you're harvesting it and then storing it and curing it.
Most of the wheat grown in Colorado is winter wheat.
Yep.
So you got farmers that are planting it right before winter. It starts to grow, goes dormant. And then that sun, we get to spring right about now. That plant starts to grow and it'll start to emerge from the ground. And then they'll harvest, depending on where you are in the state, starting in maybe late June, early July. But you get out on the eastern plains and then even down into the fall in where you are, San Luis Valley.
Yep. And that's the red turkey, right? And your Sonoran are both your winter wheats?
Well,
or?
there's a lot of varieties. So Colorado State is really big with a lot of varieties of wheat. Those are some that are talked about. The white Sonora actually growing in Nebraska is actually a soft wheat. But the hard winter wheats, there's just a lot of, you could say modern varieties. They're just common varieties that are used for conventional things, right? But a lot of that's grown in the state.
Nice.
So we have a wheel. There's no wheat on
The
here,
wheel
though,
of misfortune.
Is there wheat on
Yes, well, you remember now, wheat isn't necessarily fresh. You eat wheat at a different stage in its life than the fresh veggies.
So this wheel has options, and as you spin this, we have all the vegetables on the outer edge, and then you have regions of Colorado, and then you have months of the year which they're ready to roll, ready for harvest, right?
Yep.
So let's just go ahead and see. So let's start with Don.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to give you a. Here are the regions: Front Range, San Luis Valley, Southern, and Western Slope. Okay, those are the regions of Colorado.
Okay.
So the Front Range is really big because remember now in my world, you're only growing stuff right at the edge. You know, we don't do a lot out in the Kiowa area. There's a little bit of asparagus and stuff, but not as the further east.
A lot of
you
wheat.
go.
I mean, that's
yes,
where you
a
get
lot
into
of wheat.
that.
Exactly.
So I don't need to explain the months of the year to you guys. You got those down, right?
Yes.
You'd be surprised how some people do not have that down. All right, so we're going to start out with Don here. We're going to pick one. So pea. Tell me the region of Colorado that peas. English, snow, and snap.
Oh, peas.
Regions of Colorado.
Ooh, this is tough. I should know my regions better.
So Front Range, San Luis Valley, and it could be multiple, southern or western slope. Live radio.
Yeah. Let's go San Luis Valley.
All right, so we have San Luis Valley.
They do grow in the San Luis Valley.
And also in the Front Range. And it is April and to August. April to August.
Yep.
Is when that's done.
Well, and you know what's cool about that is you know, this is getting a little dated. This map, I created this many years ago.
Very cool.
And what the reality now is our good friends at Field to Fork out there, these two young California kids. Well, and they're actually not from California, but the last farming they did was in California. They have brought snow peas and snap peas to the western slope, and I love to see that.
All right.
To the western slope.
Yeah, Jessica and Scott Radowski over
Give
there.
one to Brian. And then I'm going to actually try one of these, Brian. You
I
give
like
one
to
me.
hear that. I like to hear that.
Let's talk about broccoli.
Ooh, broccoli. So our friend Mr. Andy Grant used to grow that on the Front Range, and then Dave Asbury was growing that on the Front Range.
Yes, but there's one
Full
more.
Circle Farm. And I would say that we probably should get a little bit of that from the San Luis Valley from our friend Paul New. And
boom.
Nice.
Nailed it. Nailed it.
Nice. And it's a later crop because it's a, you know, broccoli is going to be a 60-day crop. So I guarantee we're probably pushing that from the months of late June, early July into August.
You got it.
Good job. All right, give me an easy one.
Thank you.
Brian.
Thank you.
Give
Nailed
me an
it.
easy one.
Although if you wouldn't have known it, I would have been more surprised, I think.
Give me an easy one.
Well, but you like peppers.
I do love peppers.
So we've got a yellow wax that I know that grows in the state, a chili pepper, a serrano, a purple bell, a green bell, a jalapeno, a yellow wax, a red bell.
So San Luis Valley, obviously.
Yep, we have a winner there at the San Luis Valley.
And then south. Is southwest in there?
South, you've got it, yep.
South. And then I'm saying that those are ready fairly early, so I'm going to go.
Oh, wait now. Remember on your balcony there. Come on now. Come on now.
Hatch stuff is always in the, well, I don't know.
Yep. Oh, Don's giving you a secret there. He said hatch stuff down. That's Millburger down south.
I'm going to say May through August.
Actually, it's August or October.
Is it
The
really?
peppers in Colorado are a very short season because of the fact, and we probably could get some in July. And so that's, you know, a little bit off in the fact that July, if you're starting in a greenhouse, because what you were asking Don earlier right now about, or actually it wasn't Don, it was our friend Zach from Colorado
I want
Mills.
to get a couple more of these in.
Yep, let's do it. Let's have it. It's like trivia time.
I like it because here's something Colorado is known for, and we're going to ask Don from Ardent Mills, the peach.
Well, that's a Palisade.
So that.
Oh, and do we have a couple sweet peaches in here tonight?
Yeah. Millions of peaches.
So you're right, Western Slope and then the thyme.
The thyme. Well, I mean, that's going to be harvest is in the summer is like when they roll those out. So what's the months? Like June, July, I guess. Is I'm just
Okay, yep. We're going with that.
July through September.
September, yeah.
So July.
Well, and your hail peach will, and why I didn't even put that on there is because the peaches that we get in June are this Hail 17. It's an early crop. I'm not crazy about it. And we keep growing it because, listen, everyone wants a Colorado peach.
All right, Brian, here's yours. Last one.
We're going to go herbs and spices, lemongrass, parsley, dill, marjoram, chive, basil, mint, sage.
Ooh.
One area only. So you got to know your stuff, Brian. You talked a big game.
Well, that's sort of a Lulu one because I put that one on the western slope with my good friends at Osage Gardens.
Nailed it.
Stump the sage.
Year round. Year round. You are a sage of produce.
I don't see one in here that would stump Brian. Is really. As I
Well,
look
didn't
at
he
this.
make it?
Oh, let's say apricots.
Ooh, apricot's very, very short season in Colorado, only grown on the western slope, and it is one of our first, it should say June or July.
Just June.
Just June.
Great job. Don Ardent Mills fans, come back and play some more games with us.
We're not just wheat, we also like trivia about produce. So that's getting local for you. Thanks,
I
guys.
love it.
Thanks for having us on. Thanks
Yeah.
for letting me
Oh, Don.
Awesome
it's
work, man.
Such
Brian.
a pleasure with Ardent Mills, I'll tell you
And
tonight.
thank you to Growers Organic, all that you've done.
Oh,
You do
thanks,
Such a great
Greg.
job, Brian.
Thanks. I have a great time on this. I love talking with people like Don, all the farmers, and then it takes me to the other side of this is really, I mean, when you look at this, I think, you know, one of the things that John Mackey did so well was conscious capitalism, because it's not about my company, it's about all my partners. And unless all my partners are successful, I will never be successful. And that's one of the things that I hope every business person hears, that listen, it's not about me grinding you out for the best price.
About high tides,
Raise all ships.
I love
Got
it.
it.
All right, we'll do that.
Thanks, guys.
Come back. Ryan Evans from Bruz Beers and Charlie Gotten Kitty. This is Ryan Evans is like a Yeti sighting. The guy's really, he's so busy, truly is, but he'll be up next on the Modern Eater Show. And then also we'll go with Intrepid Sojourner Beer Project and Andrew Moore and Ben Gettinger. They're here.
Look at
right
those two
now.
sexy boys.
Oh, this is so cool to see these guys here. The skippers in the house right here on the Modern Eater Show. From Studio Kitchen, Colorado, we'll be right back.
Hello, Modern Eater Facebook family. We got a great interview for you here. Now, anytime you've eaten bread, great cookies, great pasta, great pizzas,
Great pastry.
this guy's company is the reason why. This guy, Joel Thompson, he's the corporate chef for Ardent Mills. Ardent Mills, the world's largest flour miller.
World's largest miller.
But they just happen to be headquartered right here in downtown Denver, Colorado. So you are hyper local.
We are. We consider ourselves totally ingrained into the network of Denver. We are part of that fabric, and we want to continue to grow that.
Now, when you said ingrained, was that pun intended?
I didn't know if you would pick
A
up
little
on that
bit.
or
Oh,
not.
yeah. No, I did.
Yeah.
No, it's amazing. You know, if you go to Ardent Mills, check them out on the web. What they do for sustainability, they pay premium rates to the farmers to grow their grain. They help Colorado Department of Agriculture develop grain. They're so involved in our agricultural community, and they have blessed us coming here, being a sponsor here.
And we are proud to be a sponsor, happy to be here, and we want to get more involved.
Thank you so much, Joel. Ardent Mills should be your only flour. If you want to bake the best, buy the best. We're going to pay some bills. We'll be right back. For hyper-local, innovative, and healthy tortillas and chips, served by Colorado's top chefs, and that's why we only use Colorado Mills sunflower oil. If you too want to serve the healthiest, most vibrant-tasting foods, you must use Colorado Mills. Colorado Mills is hyper-local, Colorado-grown, cold-pressed in Lamar, Colorado. Whether you bake, fry, or saute, get your Colorado Mills today. Available through Shamrock, Growers Organic, and Dawn Foods. For the best oil in the business, use Colorado Mills.
Hey, Colorado chefs. Brian Freeman with Growers Organic and the Modern Eater Talk Show. Do you care about where your food comes from? I do. Do you want loyalty from customers who care about that as well? I can help by providing top quality organic produce with reliable delivery, knowledgeable sales team who genuinely care about how food is grown, transported, and served. Chefs, Growers Organic will ensure you have excellent ingredients for your next James Beard dinner, your nightly specials, or your regular menu items. Join the organic revolution and go organic with Growers Organic. Look us up online at growersorganic.com.
Little Rich here. It's the new year, and we're all looking for ways to save money. Here's a tip I bet you didn't know about. Do what I do. Buy your natural gas wholesale, instantly saving 10 to 12% off your gas bill every single month. Baby, that's some serious cash. Do what I've done for years and call Brian Rizzuto at Encore Energy today. The sooner you call, the sooner you save. Call Brian at Encore Energy, 720-245-5771. That's
Coming back in 20.
5771. Save money on natural gas with Encore Energy.
Hey, it's Greg Hollenbach. Thanks for tuning in to the Modern Eater Show. If you love the Modern Eater, and I know you do, why don't you support our sponsors? We spend a lot of time finding you the best hyper-local sponsors, and we'd appreciate it so much, just like they would, if you would make sure that you did business with them. Thanks for tuning in.
This is the Modern Eater Show at Troy Guard Tag Restaurant Group. I'll see you guys soon.
My name is Jennifer Jasinski, and I'm listening to the Modern Eater Show on iHeartRadio.
You're hot.
Cool. Back to the kitchen right now. Studio Kitchen Colorado, and the Modern Eater Show continues. This is what's really cool. Sponsor appreciation shows. We look at all the sponsors. The talent that's in the room, Brian.
Yes, indeed.
What
I'm
just
looking at that
happened?
behind us.
What
Yes,
happened
exactly.
behind me?
There is Mr. Have you ever seen those commercials with Menace? That guy that
What
is like
happened?
Menace. This is our friend Dave Avery here. He is such a wonderful man, but sometimes he is like the Menace. Like, he does crazy stuff. Like right now, it's snowing in the studio here in Colorado.
He's your Mr. Roper.
I'm old enough to remember Mount St. Helena. And it feels like I'm soaking in it right
We need some lotion for that ash right there.
Ashy Larry in the house.
Yes, exactly.
That's the voice of Chris Johnson from Rome Sausage. Yeah, buddy. Welcome back to the show, man. Thank you. Something blew up behind me. And Mark Whistler, the Goods Restaurant. That was worth a little laugh, wasn't it, Mark?
Yeah, absolutely.
Through thick and thin. You're like the mailman, you know?
Right.
Through rain or snow.
Except I like dogs.
Mark's a trooper, man. Not feeling good. He's slinging
fun.
food, but
And he's like, I wanted to be here for you guys.
he's like, hurry up so I can get out here and go lay down
I
and go
know.
to bed.
Well, and he did look very perky and sexy tonight when he came into the office that we call the church. And but thank you for being here, Mr. Mark Whistler.
Thank you guys so
the
much for having me
Goods
on.
on Elizabeth and Colfax.
Yep. Yeah, I really appreciate you guys. You guys are amazing.
Here's what's cool. First of all, Mark, that does mean a lot to come in here when you're, just burning it at both ends. That's the business, the restaurant industry. And what's so cool is that people, product, services, we talk about it all the time, people, product, services, to get people together and you utilize. Did you enjoy Rome Sausage today?
Yeah, oh my God, it was amazing. All the, absolutely, it was incredible. The jalapeno sausage was spectacular.
cheddar, yeah,
Jalapeno cheddar. The chorizo was incredible. The also the hot Italian sausage was just spectacular. It was
Does that make your job easier, Mark, if someone brings you a quality product
Yes. Yeah,
that
oh,
you
yeah.
don't have to spend 5 hours in your basement packing sausages? Is that-
I don't know if you guys noticed, but right when Chris got here and we started, we just put some of the sausages on the grill here and then just laid them out, and it was a super easy process. So these guys are amazing.
It's always nice to hear. He's been around for a couple of years, hasn't he, Greg?
Yeah, both these guys are the real deal, truly. Mark's the real deal. I see what it takes to hash out and to make a restaurant stick in the neighborhood. Just off Colfax, at my old stomping grounds, where I went to school, East High School, across the street, the Goods Restaurant, and Mark Whistler, and we've become such great friends over the years. When I truly was just starting to say, what's my value? Do I have value to people as I build this community? To put those dollars up.
Right.
That was a big thing for us to start out with. And then, Chris, you came late to the game, man. Thanks for putting some money up when actually there's some exposure to the thing. It still means a lot. But this guy is like, man, this show was tough out of a station with AM radio on a Saturday night before we built our capabilities. You're coming together in a community of people that are really the real deal, man.
Absolutely. It's a great place to be because everybody here is like-minded and that, hey, we're all just looking for some genuine, amazing stuff from a culinary standpoint, whether you're producing it, cooking it, distributing it, whatever. Like it's a great community of folks who are like, hey, I want to eat well, I want to drink well, and do all that local. I'm like, well, that's what we do.
And Chris, I would take this even deeper with you because I think Rome's Sausage is all about community. You've been here for just a couple years, like 60. And what you embrace is the community. It's people like Mark.
Right.
It's people like chefs who are trying to figure out, how can I throw something extra on my menu that's not going to kill my staff? It's going to be easy. I can give it as a huge value add to my menu for my customers. And that's a bigger why. That is your, I want to ask you, Chris, what is the why of Rome Sausage? Why do you do what you do?
Well, I think for us it's more about how and how we do things. And that's, small batches, a couple 100 pounds at a time. We're hand mixing the spices. We're using pork butts, salt and spices across the board. So when, chefs see our stuff, they understand that it's soulful, tangible, quality, ingredients in this process. And the beauty of this show is that you're putting like-minded folks together. Like, hey, we're making great stuff. You like great stuff.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Support my family. I'll support yours.
Yeah,
we'll
like,
all
look,
make this good.
That's just it.
And I'll bring you sausage in the middle of the night.
Yeah, we're all
Just text me.
Well,
wait, that didn't sound right. Bring you sausage in the middle of the night.
That ship has
Have
sailed.
you ever
I'm
done
married now, so that ship has sailed for me.
That was the young sales, Chris.
But yeah.
Now it's an old sales. He's the old bull.
There's a lot of sausage jokes. in my world,
Relationships mean a lot,
and
though.
that suits my skill set. That's kind of how I'm built. But
do you ever get tired of the sausage jokes? You got it. You
absolutely
got it
not.
sometimes.
Absolutely not. And my sponsorship fees, I'm happy to forward those to the FCC ahead of time just to say, you know what, I'm probably going to offend you. There's going to be a fine somewhere. So, hey, here's an open check to the FCC.
And you work with guys like Mark all the time. Mark, we sit down, and there's times, man, where both of our companies, it's like, yeah, it's dark right now, or oh boy, we're making some progress. We're doing those types of things. The restaurant, you work in the margins are so small, just teeny weeny. The relationships that you have, though, the same question that you posed to Chris: why do you do this?
Yeah, and I think we do it just because we absolutely love to see the achievement. We love to see the process, and we love to see the product. And we, at the end of the day, we really love our customers. We love the experience that we're providing, and the food is absolutely, number one there, just to provide an incredible dish that people really, that it really makes their day and moves their week. It might inspire them a little.
Yeah. I think it's a little bit of masochistic servitude that happens. I mean, we just have it in us. We want to make other people smile. We want to give them good stuff. And when you sit around a dinner table, and I wish this was inbred more into the American culture rather than European and elsewhere, is that food is a lot of what you do, whether it's in business, whether it's in your personal life. You bridge the gaps all the time with eating and drinking, and that's why when we come together.
Yeah, food, Greg. I'm sorry. I almost thought you were done there, but food creates community. And that's where, Mark, you're sick tonight, babe, and I love you. Thank you for being here. But I would challenge you. I think the goods is about community.
So we're actually a platform, and we're a platform for positive social change. And the thing is that we have an opportunity to bring different people together, especially where we're located. There's just a lot of diversity and culture.
No.
We have So we have a chance to bring a lot of people together, and food and drinks and wine, it's the one thing that can merge, I think, all boundaries and all borders.
Oh, it definitely does, Mark.
To that point, as things get more complicated in this world, I think most folks can appreciate the shift towards simplicity.
Yep.
Right? Mark's making great stuff. Like, hey, come by, eat well, be taken care of. And that's same thing for us. Let's just be a straightforward, wholesome company. Let's just make great stuff, and it's a very simple procedure.
Have you guys ever met before tonight?
No, we haven't.
We go way
Mark
back,
does a great brunch, and you have some blueberry sausage that is out of this world. I'd love to see that on your brunch menu.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I'd like to try it for sure.
Trying things, and that's what we do. How do you work that if people are out here? Chris Johnson from Rome Sausage, and they have a restaurant or they're hyper local with what they do. How can they contact you and say, I'd like to do what Mark wants to do, and sit down and try your sausage?
Well, we're very accessible with the internet, Facebook, Instagram, that kind of thing. Just give us a shout. And I'm happy, as the owner of the company, to go out and sample and kind of preach the gospel of sausage, so to speak. And see if we can get something done as far as product goes. And then beyond that, it's how can I help you on the backside? How can we support you, your endeavors, and what matters to you? And we like to do that, behind the scenes. Like, hey, look, sure, buy our stuff, but what can I do for you on the backside? What's important to you, and how can we embrace that?
That's awesome.
Hey, really quick, I just wanted to say a quick thank you really quick to Brian from Growers Organic, who actually provided the produce on our dish this evening. I really appreciate it. That was
What'd
amazing.
you make, Mark?
So it's chilaquile. It's one of my favorite dishes.
Chilaquile.
But also Colorado Mills provided the oil to fry up the actual tortilla chips, and then Raquelitas and the amazing Rich actually provided the tortillas themselves, and I just Rome sausage. Everybody helped make this dish, and I
All
really
Colorado.
appreciate. Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah. Finally, when you talk about Rome's, you're a locally based company, but you do whatever you can to source locally as well for your sausage. That's really cool. A lot of people say we're here locally, we do what you do, but they don't source locally as well with their animals.
Right, and 20% of the hogs that we buy, or the pork we buy, is born and raised in Colorado. Colorado's not like a strong pork state, so to speak. If we were a beef company, we'd be in a great spot. But we try to buy as much as we can locally. You know, and there's plenty of growers or ranchers growing hogs, but those guys want me to buy the whole hog, and I can't use the bellies. I can't use this. So,
gotcha.
In an ideal world, we buy only local pork, and we're actually trying to actively source that. So, at some point in time, we'll be there, and that's
well, Chris. Yeah, give a shout out. Yeah, we're going to go see our friend Toby. Give a shout out. What would you like one of the Colorado ranchers to raise a hog for you to look like? What are the cuts that Rome sausage needs?
The ideal scenario is a 100-pound hog, all pork butts, no bones, no connective tissue, just this crazy Frankenstein type of scenario.
Just a bunch of butts.
Just a bunch
so
of
you
butts.
need the butts.
All butts, all day.
Okay, nice. I like to hear that.
I'm a butts guy.
I think we can make a connection. We've got a couple of. I like to hear that. I'm trying to not laugh at that. I love you, Chris, for being the all butts guy.
No, if somebody's out there and they're like, "Hey, look, I'm a rancher. I've got this amazing, pork I'm producing. Let's talk." I mean, I'd love to find somebody here that's doing that, and then we can partner and say, "Hey, look, I'm helping out this family in so-and-so county, and it's all local stuff." So yeah, that's the direction
Never
we want
change.
to go.
Just the butts.
Well,
I'm like, okay, I'm a leg guy, and then I'm a breast guy, and then I want the butts. You know, I mean, I don't.
Sounds like you're not very picky, right?
I'm not. I go through it all. I am equal opportunity. Mark Whistler, I love you to death.
You too, man. Thank you so much. Thank you, Brian.
Thank you, brother, for being here tonight.
Big
Nice
shout
to
out
meet
to
you.
Mark for not feeling good today, going here and making some amazing stuff with our products. I mean, really inspired by what he's doing here. So thank you.
Thank you.
A true trooper. Mark Whistler. Hey, and he's on Colfax, Elizabeth and Colfax. Colfax, by the way, Mark, just so you know, the largest or longest main street in America.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah, I've heard that. I don't know if it's 100% true, but I think it is.
No, it definitely is. I've got my man, Dave Avery, and he is old as dirt, telling me the truth that it is the longest continuous main street in America.
Something like that.
All right,
It's crazy. Yeah, no, I promise. That's one, if we brought our boy Don back here, he could keep me straight on that one. But
How about bringing us to break? Who's coming up next, Brian?
coming up next tonight on the Modern Eater, we have Ryan Evans and Charlie Gottenkenny from Bruz Beers, 64th and Pecos. They're up next, and by the way, they've got 3 kegs and 20 people in the studio tonight, and they are enjoying life.
There's
like to see it.
a lot of people in here. Intrepid Sojourner Beer Project and Andrew Moore coming up next as well. Chris Johnson, Rome Sausage, and Mark Whistler, The Goods Restaurant. Thank you, boys.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
We'll be right back on the Modern Eater Show on iHeartRadio.
Hello, we're back. Modern Eater Facebook family viewers. We got a minute here. Don't stand too close to me when you're in here, because I might just reach out and snatch you and get you right on this.
I got captured.
Here. So I just ran into Adam. Adam, tell me about your business.
So I run an Instagram account, This Juke and Q.
Hold on. Check that out.
So just feature a lot of my home cooking, a lot of barbecue. Just it's great. Feature a lot of local Colorado companies and just try and share my love of cooking and food.
Awesome. Well, thanks for coming here. How do we get a hold of you?
You can follow me on Instagram at This Juke and Q. I also have a Facebook page, and I also have a website as well.
That's awesome. Are you meeting some new Colorado hyper-local friends here?
Yeah, it's great just being able to talk to so many people who are running Colorado businesses. Ran into Zach, who does the sunflower oil.
Colorado Mills, yes.
Which is awesome. Super excited to try that with some steaks coming up.
There's some awesome stuff. Thank you, Adam. Thanks for coming down tonight. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much.
Hey, we're going to head off-ramp. We're going to get in the pier. We're going to go pay some bills. We will be right back.
Help or stop to cancel.
If you're in learning mode this winter, Bruz Beers has some great classes for beer lovers. I'm Charlie Gottenkenny, brewmaster at Bruz Beers, where we showcase Denver's best selection of badass Belgian-style beers. We offer our ever-popular World of Belgian Beers class every second Tuesday and third Saturday. You'll taste your way through the 15 major styles of Belgian beer and learn their history and background. We also offer a series of hands-on homebrewing classes at the brewery. Basic homebrewing, everything you need to get started, is on March 9th. Intermediate homebrewing, for extract brewers looking to up their game, is on April 13th. And all-grain homebrewing, everything you need to know to brew from scratch, is on June 8th. Get the details and sign up for all these courses on our website at bruzbeers.com. That's Bruz, spelled B-R-U-Z, 1675 West 67th Avenue in Denver, where your dog is always welcome. Join us soon for some Belgian-style badassery.
Rocker Spirits. It's a distillery. It's a place to hang. It's about quality. It's about taste. It's about passion. Infused with American spirit. Rocker whiskey, rocker rum, rocker vodka. Get ready for an original look, feel, and experience. Old Town Littleton. And if you get hungry while you're drinks,
I'm back in 5.
Open Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Rockerspirits.com. Rockerspirits.com.
All right, here we go, guys.
Hi, I'm Charlie Gottenkenny. We all love Belgian beer. Brewmaster at Bruz Beers. What the fuck's wrong with you? To the modern.
All right, you guys are hot.
Radio.
Okay, back at Studio Kitchen, Colorado right now. This is a good one right here. Talk about sponsors, all of these guys right here. And beer. Beer means so much to the Modern Eater Show. I don't know, do any of you guys remember when we had the second hour as the Modern Drinker?
Drinker.
Oh, yeah.
I remember that.
You did.
I remember that.
Oh, man, that was a tough thing.
These were your originals, Greg. These were, yeah.
It confused people, but I need to do the proper introductions. From Bruz Beers, Charlie Gottenkenny, you hear this man's voice all the time, those beautiful dulcet tones that don the airwaves of the Modern Eater Show each and every week. How are you, Charlie?
I'm good. I'm good.
And it's a Yeti sighting right now. Look at this guy, man. We never catch up with him. He's in the studio tonight. This is your first time for a show here tonight, Mr. Ryan Evans.
Yeah, out of this beautiful kitchen you've built, this is my first time here. I'll tell you, you guys have blown this up. This is impressive.
It keeps getting awesome. a little bit better.
I think we call Ryan like Mr. GQ, man. He's
the good stuff, man. He's the world traveler, the bon vivant, the man about town, the brewmaster extraordinaire, along with Charlie. I think Charlie actually is the
Charlie's
beer.
very
He's
mu's the brewmaster.
Yeah, he's the beer guy. I'll take that away from your title.
Yeah.
And the most interesting man in the world is what I say. He came from, his background is archaeologist turned brewer. What? Yet his name is Andrew Moore from Intrepid Sojourner Beer Project.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Look at this lineup right here, right?
First of all, we're making the world better one beer at a time.
Really, you guys
we're just trying to make it better.
Belgian Beer Fest is we're on the horizon with that, aren't we?
Yeah, coming up.
April 28th up at our place. Intrepid Sojourners joining us. We've got 10 local breweries joining us, all pouring Belgian-style beers. And then we've got Omegang out of New York, and then we scored Duvel out of Belgium this year as well.
Get out of town.
So, yeah, they're bringing some stuff that you can't even get in Colorado.
Oh, my gosh.
April 28th, 1 to 4, but our focus has always been to raise the bar on the beer quality on this festival, and I think we did it again this year.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We've got an incredible lineup.
Wait, are you going to be there this year?
Yes, we're all there every year.
You're there.
Wait,
so just so you know, are we going to sell tickets, or do we have to pay for it to get in a sighting of you?
You do.
I don't think you. Yeah, I don't think you remember, but I do. You were off to some Never Land.
I left straight from the festival last year to go out of state to the Craft Brewers Conference down in Nashville, and so literally 4 hours of hanging out with these guys, having amazing beers, and somehow I made it to the airport. But I actually made it to the airport with another brewer, Woods boss Jordan, was going down to Nashville, so we shared a lift together, and it was it was a good start to that trip.
Now I know we're big time now, right? The Modern Eater Show. I know we're huge, but it's tradition. We always broadcast from the festival.
Yes.
Are you going to have us back this year?
We are, but this year it's a Sunday, so we got kind of messed up. They double booked the venue that we normally use, so we had to push it to a Sunday.
Well, luckily enough, we're just as good on Sunday as we are on Saturday now.
Well, I like it.
We'll do a recorded segment and.
And I think the good Lord believes in brews. So there might be, something. Fermentation, I think, came from a higher level.
That's right.
To help us all equilibrate our minds.
Well, the beer started out in ancient Mesopotamia, and they did brew it in temples. High priestesses would make it because it would give you visions.
Equilibrate,
which we
is
now know
actually
as
the
being
name of
drunk,
the next
but
beer we're brewing.
Is it?
No,
it should be. Now you're bringing some stuff up to the Belgian Brew Fest.
Yeah,
this
we're
year.
going to be there at the Belgian Beer Fest.
Do you
We
know
were
what
there
you're
last
bringing
year.
yet?
It was a ton of fun. So I know one of the beers that we're bringing. We're going to bring 2 beers again, and one of them is a big quad. It's about 12.5% quad that we aged in Cabernet Sauvignon barrels.
There you go. There you go. That's something special right there.
Oh, that is something special.
Yeah, that'll keep you warm.
A big quad in a Sav. Young Cabernet.
So we
barrel.
have one of those coming up too. We got a couple Chateau Montelena casks.
Oh, nice.
And we put a Golden Strong in one and a Quad in the other. So they're going to be bottled up on the 4th.
Here's what I love, folks. If you were only here and you saw the intellectual intelligence of both of these gentlemen, because I would say someone like our friend Andrew Moore and our friend Charlie Gunn.
I want to spend the time right now doing a little bit of beer stories.
Beer stories.
All right.
I happen to have a good one tonight.
Okay. And I'm impromptuing you, but I know you have a good
Andrew,
one.
he does. He's an archaeologist.
Okay, we'll start with you, Charlie. Here's a good beer story.
Okay, so a beer story. So there's 7 guys that decide they are going to hike the Appalachian Trail and do a little bit of, out-of-bounds backpacking and stuff. And they decided they're going to be there for a couple days to fish and stuff, so they wanted to take some beer. So they take 3 sixtals of beer on their back. So some of the guys carried the packs.
What's a 6-tool?
It's like there's one right over there. It's 5 gallons.
Pony keg.
A pony keg.
Yeah,
Okay. Just
a little
making
small
sure
keg.
everybody knows we're on radio. They don't get a feel for us.
Don't interrupt this story.
So these are kind of rough trails, and the beer's getting shaken up pretty bad. So when they get to their camp, there's a stream there, that's got cold water in it. So they put the beer kegs into the cold water. Well, one of them had gotten shaken up enough that it blew out the spear that goes down into the keg and the top valve. So there was just a hole in the top. Well, unbeknownst to them, a copperhead snake crawled up in there and down into the keg and promptly died. But they didn't know this. So they're sitting there drinking the beer, and there was one guy that didn't drink, is the guy that told the story, because the other 6 of them died. And they figured out that somehow the copperhead, the venom, had leaked into the beer, and they went and drank it, and all 6 of them died. So that is the beer with the copperhead.
There you go. There you go.
And I love this. Where is the damn campfire? Where is my marshmallows and my love for Charlie right here, baby? I love this.
Yeah, that's like the worm in the tequila on steroids.
Right.
Yeah. Apparently just enough venom leached out that, got toxic.
Top that.
Man, you got to follow that.
I don't think I can.
Did someone die?
So what I'll say, since Charlie mentioned ancient beer in Mesopotamia, so one of our early references to beer comes from the Epic of Gilgamesh. And Gilgamesh's good friend Enkidu is a wild, hairy Yeti man living out in the wilds of Mesopotamia. And in order to civilize Enkidu, he encounters a priestess next to a river, and 7 days of drinking and other frivolity ensue, and he becomes a civilized man. And it is through the relationship with women
Beer
and
made
drinking
it happen.
alcohol
Yeah.
that one becomes civilized, according to the ancient Mesopotamians.
I like that. I better keep
I've
drinking
heard
beer.
that story, and it was like after 7 days, he yelled,
Yes.
"I am joyous," and it was like
He shaved all of his hair off, and he was man.
Now, did you get all shaggy tonight, Andrew, just to tell that story? Because you are a little more shaggy than usual
It's getting
tonight.
a little out of control.
The skipper.
I like it. I like it.
In order to get the length, you sort of have to commit to looking homeless for a little while.
Well, and Greg's giving you a little hard time about the hat, which is
I'm not giving it a hard time.
It's not a skipper hat. That is actually a European.
This is my Greek boat captain's hat because
Thank you.
It's Greek Independence Day at Intrepid Sojourner right now.
So get over there. Wait, 8th Avenue in Santa Fe?
Yeah, so 925 West 8th Avenue. We're open till midnight tonight.
And it's Greek. If you're Greek and you're not there, you're really not Greek? Or what
Good
goes
Sugar
on?
Baking is there doing a cookie pairing. And we released our first Gruit, which is an ale without hops.
No hops.
And it's a baklava-inspired Gruit. So cinnamon, cardamom, walnuts, bay leaf, coriander, rosemary, lemon peel.
We're throwing out trivia tonight.
It's the kitchen sink.
Yeah,
Here
so the
you goes.
rosemary and the lemon peel.
Charlie or Andrew, what is the wine that they only grow in Greece?
Retsina.
Thank you, sir. I love it. Boom.
Yeah, we've got. So my beer story is like 16 years old on 8th in Colorado trying to shoulder tap some Coors Banquet. We get the Coors Banquet and we go into what's like a doghouse at the church parking lot.
Yeah.
We get in there and we just sit there and we drink the 24 beers that we had, right? Inside, 16 years old. But the police come and they look inside the deal, so on and so, and they take us home individually to our parents and say, "Do you know what Greg was doing tonight?" And that was a rough week ahead. But
now 8th in Colorado, that wasn't far from Celebrity Sports Center.
Oh,
right?
I was. Hey, listen, I spent half of my high school.
Look at it, Mr. Native. I like the fact you bring that to us. Yeah.
And the slide into the
I
water.
perfected the art of stopping midway down.
I did too.
And then I would just clamor the snot out of the next person coming down the down the
that
tube.
was probably me.
Yeah, it probably was. And I definitely clamored people I shouldn't have, and I learned some tough lessons.
He always
but
waited for
you
the
gotta
fat
grow
guy
up.
with the shirt on coming down there.
I feel like I just learned two very
Turned out one day he was a
I know
samurai
exactly.
wrestler.
Never go on water slides with either of these guys.
You can tell it's all family, man, right
That's
here
right,
at
that's
the Modern Eater Show in Studio Kitchen, Colorado. Thank you, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Charlie, Ryan. Something big's coming up, but you can't say what.
You know, we're working on a second location in town. It is happening. We've signed some paperwork on it, which is extremely exciting and
terrifying at the same time.
It is, but it's a really cool city location. It's got some grunt to it, some funkiness
It's really
to
a
it.
nice building.
And so keep an eye out on us because over the next few weeks we'll start to release some details. Our fate is in the hands of the government right now, and so as long as they do their part, we're going to do ours, and we're going to continue to improve this town with some awesome beer.
It'll come through. There it is, Charlie and Ryan. Thank you, Andrew Moore, as
Yeah,
always.
thank you.
Beer Craft. We do it every Wednesday here.
We'll be back here on Wednesday the 27th.
2:30 p.m.
Cooking, beer and food.
Beer and food.
Oh, you're doing
Beer and
food too.
Yeah.
Great.
Doing food.
Well, and there's a rumor that Bruz might be coming to the show any day.
Yeah, I'd love to have them on. I get to answer the trivia questions, though.
Coming back, Dustin Evans from Rocker Spirits, and then a new one, Launchpad Brewing Company. They're going to be coming up next. And Booze in the News, all the booze news you can use next right here on the Modern Eater Show on iHeartRadio.
Hello, Modern Eater Facebook family. We're on our last segment. I'm sure you're relieved you don't have to listen to this anymore. Hey, I got my friend Mason from The Goods.
How's it going?
You delivered the goods here tonight,
I
baby.
did. Thank you for having me tonight.
Now, Mason, you're telling me you're not from Colorado, are you?
No, sir. Originally from North Carolina.
That's awesome. Well, welcome to Colorado.
Thank you so much.
And I'm hoping you're going to follow the local gospel, the Colorado agriculture, meat and proteins, and you probably saw some here tonight.
Yeah, of course. High altitude. We've got our sunflower oil here, Rome sausage, Launchpad Brewery.
You got Raquelitas tortillas.
We got Raquelitas tortillas here.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So that's what this is about, is giving chefs like you a chance to work with brands that maybe they wouldn't have normally had a chance to work with.
Thank you so much.
And here you get to work with it right there. And I bet you found probably one or two new favorites.
Probably more than two, honestly. Yeah. I would say that I would like to bring more of these into my kitchen.
Well, I know a guy that can start making that happen, so we'll start working on that.
Of course.
Thank you, Mason. I'm going to come down. Go down, Mason. See Mason at the Goods. We're going to take a break, pay a couple bills. We're in the last quarter, baby. Thanks.
I'm the founder of South River Aquaponics.
120 to the live.
Trained chef. I know the importance of quality ingredients. That's why in 2013, I left the fine dining industry to start a sustainable organic farm. At South River Aquaponics Alpenglow, we are the leader in sustainable growing practices, utilizing our natural resources as effectively as possible. No pesticides, no GMOs, no funny business, just...
Okay, 1 minute to the live.
We use old world techniques combined with modern technology to bring you the best possible produce. Our gourmet mushroom facility provides CO2 for our greenhouse that grows tilapia as well as lettuces and herbs in our aquaponics system. Look for us in natural grocers, City Market, and served on the plates of Colorado's finest chefs. At South River Aquaponics Alpenglow Mushrooms, we're growing greener. To learn more about aquaponics and see our products, go to our website at southriveraquaponics.com. South River Aquaponics, the future of farming.
My dad's vegetables are so good, I can't live with
30 to the live.
Chef Elon Wenzel, owner of Element Knife Company. If you cook, then you'll know the importance of a quality knife and proper care. My training in
20 seconds to the live.
cutlery, that's
20 seconds.
offer you the knives I felt.
15 now. It was 20.
And my goal is to support and educate. Get at me for a knife clinic
10.
station. Find me at elementknife.com or by simply calling 30.
5, 4, 3, 2, you're hot.
Think Element Knife Company.
Okay, back to booze in the news. All the booze news you can use in just a minute. But A+beverage solutions, you know Jeff Rourke. We talk about them all the time. 20 years in the business, maintaining and installing the best tap lines you could ever possibly want. Because if you're pouring in a fish of beer, what are you doing, boys?
You're pouring your money down the drain.
Don't pour your money down the drain. Get a hold of Jeff Rourke and A+beverage solutions. You will appreciate what he can do for you. He'll give you an A+ report card. All you got to do is just call Jeff, 720-272-3809.
What's that number again, Greg?
One more time, 720-272-3809. It's Jeff Rourke and A+beverage solutions.
Now it's time for the Modern Eaters Booze in the News segment.
I like my beer cold, my meat grilled, and my entertainment explosive.
All we need is a chair and a cooler beer.
Here's your booze news.
Here's one Casey Boyer will appreciate. Yes, indeedy, Mr. Tweedy. Let's do it, the Modern Eater Show on iHeartRadio. Greg Hollenbach, Brian Freeman, Jay Parker, we're all in the studio. And Launchpad Brewing Company, they're launching off right now. And David and Paul and Casey, they're all here with us. And there he is, Dustin Evans.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Look at our boy in that hat. And by the way, can I ever get a hat like that? That's sexy.
I don't know.
I know. I'm on the low list.
It's like a brown belt to a black belt, you know.
Dustin from Rocker Spirits, man. Rocker, what can we say, man? You've meant the world to us throughout our journey here. It's going to get stronger. Thank you so much as we do this appreciation show for our sponsors, Dustin.
And I reciprocate. Thank you for everything you guys have done for us and supporting us. So,
well, in ground control to mission control, here at the Launchpad, we've got the Launchpad Brewery here tonight with us.
Yeah, introduce yourselves, guys. Start with yourself, David.
Yeah, so I'm David Levesque. I'm owner and brewmaster of Launchpad Brewery. Started Launchpad about 3.5 years ago.
I want to own a brewery, man. Can I?
You got to be a stud, man. These guys are studs.
I always look at these guys. Were you an engineer? What were you before you? What was your past life?
I was a nuclear weapons engineer for a while.
Exactly.
I'm telling you,
I'm blowing up countries,
he's got
babe.
more money than he knows to do with. Paul, what about you? You found David on Craigslist?
No, I actually got lucky. I left a separate brewery, local in Aurora, the brewery I was working at, and I decided to kind of see if I can find an actual brewing job as opposed to working the front of house. And got kind of lucky, and Dave gave me a position, and it's been kind of go all day, every day.
I was drinking a lot at the time.
Well, you showed him your loyalty by putting a tattoo right on your arm there of the Launchpad.
Yes, he did.
I'd like to see that.
I do have the space shuttle tattooed on my arm, but I'd like to hope that if it doesn't work out for some reason,
you're not going to blow up.
While standing next to my boss, that I am from Florida, so the Space Coast is a huge thing for me.
I like it. He's got a backup plan. And so Casey, here he is. He walked up to me tonight. He was like, "You know what? I'm Pete's new producer, man. We've never officially met."
We didn't.
And I was thinking, like, Pete. Oh, Boyles, man. Pete Boyle.
Peter Boyle.
Oh, dude, it's so good to see you, man.
It's good to see you face to face, and in the mornings I do that. The rest of the day, I am the head of distribution for Launchpad Brewery. I stumbled in one day, met Dave, said, "Holy cow, man, your beers are fantastic." He said, "Hey, you want to work a couple days a week?" And I said, "Time out. So you're going to pay me and give me free beer?" He goes, "Yeah." I was like, "Okay, I'm in."
Yeah.
Sounds
Did
good.
you say, "Do you know what time I wake up at?" Oh, dark 30.
Yeah.
Right?
And he's like, "Wait, I go in for free and get abused, and I have to work, and you're willing to give me beer and pay me?
So I see Casey's life as like, okay, I'm up early, then I'm going to deal with Pete, then I'm going to get off, then I'm going to produce something, then I'm going to distribute beer, I'm going to drink a little bit, then I'm going to go to sleep, then I'm going to deal with my family, and then I'm going to do it all over again.
Yes, and drink a little bit is a slight under-exaggeration.
A lot bit. All right, here's our goal here. Dustin, he's a whiskey guy. Obviously, he's into distilling. Doesn't really like beer, guys. Let's convince him.
Oh, these two down here, Dave and Paul, they can handle that.
I mean, we like whiskey too. Yeah, we love whiskey, and we love to age beer and whiskey. So
yeah, we're down for that. We do. We work with Ryan with Bruz beers. We've done several barrels with him. We've done some with Chain Reaction, and we would love to do some. We just dumped some bourbon barrels. We have 3 bourbon barrels left. If you guys want to come down, and we'll hook you up with a barrel.
You really? Yes. That's a good offer, actually.
I'll pick up a barrel, and then we'll do some fun beer, and then we'll bring you the beer.
We'd love
we'll get you converted.
That kind of beer I might drink.
I know.
Whiskey-infused beer.
It's your whiskey. So.
Yeah, so Dustin is asking, are you down with the brown?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Whiskey is one of my favorite sidecars.
Nice.
Sidecars. Co-pilot, if you will.
Yeah.
You look at beer, and as we're so spoiled here, I always say, you take out, you say the United States, oh, amazing. We have a lot of, Colorado, great. We're so blessed to be here in Denver, Colorado, and in Colorado, we're spoiled with the beer that we have.
And do people even know it, Greg? Do people realize out there how lucky we are to have guys like this in our state who have a passion every day?
Yeah.
They knock it out. I mean, listen to what Casey just said. He's on like an 18-hour cycle, but he believes in what he's doing, and that's what we have across from us. I mean, guys like Dustin, who is, hey, listen, I'm a hardworking guy, come from Montana, and I came to Colorado, and I'm going to prove that I have what it takes. And he creates rocker spirits.
Dustin, that was pretty dramatic.
Boy,
I have what it
you're
takes.
You're a method actor, aren't you? I mean, you got to lay off the meth. The crack does kill, man.
Here's what's fun. I like to do the elevator speeches. We've got about a minute and a half, and so we'll do this. Casey, 30-second elevator speech of Launchpad. Why should you try it?
Launchpad Brewery is a fantastic place that you're going to get to come and try new beers, but there's also styles there that you're going to love that you don't normally will like. But also, it's a place that you can come where it's the 1950s pub where you get to go, and everybody at the bar is the people you know. And a cheers cliche is everybody knows your name. You're going to know them, they're going to know you, and you're going to feel like family.
Well done. That was probably 30. He's obviously a radio guy. So, to the T right there. Good job, man. Here's Boyles doing a commercial. Hey, it's Peter Boyles.
This is my guy. My guy. This is my guy.
That's right. Dustin, 30 seconds.
You know, what we do down there is, and I say this off cuff, I'm not really selling whiskey. I'm selling a lifestyle. I want you to get involved in our brand, our feel, what we are, and the spirit of it. No pun intended. I think we make a great bourbon. There's a lot of people that make great bourbons right alongside us. It's just our style. Come and get aboard and embrace our brand and our lifestyle. That's
Littleton.
Littleton. Yeah, we're in Old Downtown Littleton, 5587 South Hill. We've got our first block party coming up May 18th. Spring Whiskey Thing, 3rd annual.
Paul, David, I'd give you 30 seconds, but Casey,
well, you know,
he
you're
dialed
welcome,
it in, man.
You're welcome.
Kind of hard to guys, are you going to stick around and party for a little bit?
Absolutely.
All right.
That's what I do best.
We'll see you guys all back here next week on the Modern Eater Show. Bye.
All right, later.